Do you think federal legalization's coming of marijuana?
I think it should have come when the Biden administration took office.
Right.
That was one of their promises.
Right.
You should do that.
Right.
You should exonerate people that are in jail for selling it, too. There's a guy that's in jail that I just sent something to. He was in Phoenix. This is one of the craziest fucking stories you'll ever hear. This guy was in Phoenix, and he sold weed to an undercover cop, I think 4 times. In small amounts.
That's
insane. And 4 times, it was a total of... Here, I'll send you the link, Jamie. 4 times, it was a total of a little bit over an ounce. So because it was over an ounce, they were allowed to charge him, and they put him in jail for 15 years. Now, in Phoenix, right now, 16 years, excuse me, in Phoenix, and they just denied clemency for this gentleman.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was just selling weed.
Right.
You know, and maybe did bad things in the past. But whatever he did was not worthy of this while there's legal weed right now in Phoenix.
And people are making millions and
just
billions.
Because someone did something in the past they already did their time for, it doesn't mean a small thing like selling weed.
And this is a kid.
Lock someone in a fucking cage. I don't know how old he is.
Well, it said a South Phoenix kid got 16 years.
How old is he? Does it say how old this guy is?
21.
21. Jesus fucking Christ.
That's crazy.
So 21, you're going to give him 15 years because he sold an undercover cop
this is
weed
fucked up.
4 times.
He was it's entrapment. It's fucked. Yeah.
But, well, first of all, yes, he was selling weed. Yes, he was selling weed.
Right.
But who fucking cares? There's so many crimes being committed. This is the most mild of crimes. The guy's selling weed. That should not be something you should arrest someone for. Like, don't break the law. Okay, when you have no more robbers, and no more murderers, and no more rapists, and no more fucking carjackers, when all that stuff is complete zero,
then we'll focus.
Focus on weed.
It never was
stupid.
It was never fair to me that so many people lost their entire lives.
No, not fair.
And that should be changed.
It doesn't make any sense. They're still in jail. Like when we're talking about Brittany Griner, yes, it's terrible that they put her in jail for that.
It's crazy.
But it's crazy we have thousands of people in America in jail for the same fucking thing. Thousands and thousands of them.
Think we'll get her out? No.
I think they're going to make a negotiation. Politically, it's the smart thing to do. I think to leave her in jail is a horrible slight.
That's right.
But it also highlights the many Americans that are in jail that they haven't tried to get, that were supposedly tried for. Maybe false accusations of espionage or whatever. All kinds of wild shit. There's a lot of people in jail in foreign prisons that probably shouldn't be in jail.
Right.
And we're all aware of that. And I get that this woman is loved, and I get what happened to her was horrible. It's fucked. It's beyond fucked, right? But we have people in America right now that are locked up, and they basically did the same thing. They just had something on them they weren't supposed to have.
That's right.
Whether they're selling, if you want to get him for tax evasion and say he owes you money because he's been selling $100,000 worth of weed a month for the last 3 years,
sure.
Okay, get him on that. You know, get him on that. If you find some big time drug dealer and he's driving a Lamborghini and doesn't pay taxes, hey, bro.
Right.
You know,
give me some money.
Give me some money, and plus you might have to go to jail.
I hope that we figure out a way to do that. I mean, it should absolutely be a priority of any supposedly progressive group of people to, figure out a way to stop the bleeding there and get these people out of jail, have their lives restored,
and insanity.
Stop people from going into jail for nonviolent drug offenses.
You're also not giving a person a chance to grow. You're putting them in this situation where you stop all of their this one decision that they make at 21 years old
is defining their entire life.
And it's just to sell weed. How heartless is that?
Yeah,
it's heartless.
It's tough.
It's heartless.
I knew kids that got caught with a lot of stuff, and they had the money to get big time lawyers, and then they didn't get those sentences.
Right, and
so it is, it's uneven.
And there's like this. They point to history of crime, that people have a history of doing things. Like, yeah, I'm sure he does. But if he did his time for that, like, you can't just automatically retroactively attach something that's innocuous, like selling weed today, with assault from 10 years ago or whatever it was. You can't do that. You can't do that.
No.
You can't do that, because if he did time for that, then he did time for that.
Yeah.
But
Well-
I mean, does he have a history of it? Yeah, but it shouldn't.
Right.
It shouldn't attach itself to this new crime.
No.
But I think he was on probation too, which is also part of the problem.
Oh, then fuck him. No, I'm kidding. It's still bad. It's still bad. Yeah, it's still
I
not
think
good.
the probation alone puts him in jail for 5 years. The probation violation.
So we need a happy medium. You can't have no cops, but you
Yeah.
also can't have like a draconian police state. You gotta have that. That's where we talk about it. It's that compromise, that rational attitude.
There
And
also has to be
Yeah.
some compassion for people.
that's right.
That's not a violent crime. It's not a big deal. There's got to be compassion for people.
Especially, I think, people that are younger and have their entire lives
Yeah.
ahead of them. And if they're not
Yeah.
violent and they're not killing people or hurting people, and they make a mistake like that, to doom them is crazy.
Listen, man, when I was 21, I was a fucking idiot. I would have sold weed to a cop for sure. 100%.